afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the invitation to come and join you here this afternoon and to offer you some of our thoughts. Can I also offer in particular my thanks to Omar and to Judith for their welcome, and to extend a very warm hand of friendship from the Scottish Government to all of those delegates who have travelled to join us here in Scotland, not just from across the UK and Europe, but from parts of Asia and beyond. I hope you very much enjoy your stay here in Edinburgh and in Scotland. And my script says that I have to say that Edinburgh is one of Europe's most innovative and respected financial centres. The reason I say that is because I'm a Glaswegian. So I'll let you take what you want from that. But I know that many of you know that Scotland has a very long and distinguished history in financial services, with recognised strengths in banking, in asset management, life and pensions, and in insurance. But I want to offer thanks to the work of the Global Ethical Financial Initiative team and others who have raised the profile of ethical and sustainable finance here in Scotland and globally. I also want to thank GEFI for organising the summit back in person, which is great, here in Edinburgh for the first time since the pandemic, as well as providing a very important role in the delivery of Scotland's Green and Sustainable Financial Services Taskforce. Now, the transition to becoming a net zero society is not just an environmental imperative, it is also a significant economic opportunity, one where Scotland can become world leading, and it can also help to secure first mover advantage in some areas. But as Scotland's National Strategy for Economic Transformation recognises, realising our potential requires both a strategy and a plan for taking that forward. The Scottish Government hopes that the expert task force that we've established will provide a clear route map for Scotland to take forward in the years ahead, which is important to make sure that we seize on the opportunities that transitioning to a net zero society provides us going forward. I noted in the way here this afternoon your discussion in the panel discussion about the issue or regarding S in the environmental, social and governance aspects of your consideration. And I can't help but think that the issue of social is very often at the heart of my daily thinking on how we can go about delivering a just and fair transition in the decarbonisation of our energy sector, and to do that in a way which ensures that no community or individuals are left behind, but also delivers on our net zero objectives. We as a government have also set out in our 10-year National Strategy for Economic Transformation, our Just Transition Planning Framework, which is aimed at helping to support net zero and climate resilience in our economy in a way which is both fair and also addresses issues of inequality and injustice within our existing economy. And Scotland's Global Capital Investment Plan also provides a framework setting out Scotland's place and, in our view, our unique offer in the global movement towards investment, which is both socially and environmentally responsible. This plan outlines how the wider investment ecosystem in Scotland, including the mission approach that we have within our Scottish National Investment Bank, can align to support an economy with fair work, inclusive growth and net zero emissions at its very heart. Now, of course, as I'm sure you will all understand much of our current focus is on supporting people through the existing cost crisis. But I also think there are very few shared challenges more important to address than tackling the climate emergency. It's worth noting that despite the energy crisis incentivising what could probably be described as a short-term return to polluting fossil fuel sources of energy to help fill some of the gap in some economies, the challenges which we face at present also make the louder call for climate action. Its sharpened focus on energy security and independence, driving many countries to speed up their transition away from fossil fuels. And it is at summits like this that your industry will help to unlock the products, the innovation, and the connections which are necessary to help finance that transition. Now, I believe there is something in the region of 300 trillion of global capital flows. And we know that the market for green finance is ever growing. And Scotland's natural assets and our reputation for innovation makes it a highly attractive place for that type of investment. We, as you just heard from Alex Sharma, proudly hosted the COP26 last year, giving us a unique opportunity, I would say, to advance our global offer, our vision and our values as a nation. And as we move towards delivering on the promises of Glasgow's COP outcome, there must be agreement on an approach to providing consistent data, matrix and reporting to address the greenwashing concerns and effectively measure progress made against environmental targets. So initiatives such as the Glasgow Financial Alliance for Net Zero, the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosure, and the Task Force for Nature-Related Financial Disclosure will all be vital. And it is at this summits like this, that we have an opportunity to discuss and debate the way in which these important priorities can also move forward. But as well as frameworks which are all important for enabling private finance to flow, clearly government also has an important role to play. That's why we have committed more than £2 billion in next year's budget to protect and to restore our natural environment, decarbonise our homes and industries, and position ourselves as a contender to be a global leader in renewable energy and in green, ethical and digital technology. ScotWind is the largest offshore commercial wind leasing programme in the world, and it is one such innovation which we believe is integral in helping us to deliver on our net zero goals, supporting the creation of high quality green jobs and also helping to attract green supply chain investment. But we know the pace and the scale of the ethical investment funding required will not be achieved by public funding alone, and private capital has a very significant role to play in that. Investors and institutions like those who are in the room here today are increasingly looking to achieve social and environmental benefits in addition to commercial returns. I hope we can show you both now and in the future how Scotland can play a key role as a financial centre and as a location for responsible investment in your future investment decisions. We don't just have ambition, but of course, as a nation, we also have a very proud track record. The first ever savings bank was invented in Scotland back in the 1800s by Reverend Henry Duncan. Scotland has a long, proud history in ethical finance and using money wisely for the common weal, which is very much embedded in us as a nation. So, drawing my remarks to a close, there is really no better place to debate and discuss these important issues. Our reputation for prudence, probity and fairness is evident through the centuries. But we cannot afford to, of course, rest on our laurels. We're a country alive with opportunity, and we want to share that with those who share our values. We want to be your partner of choice in green, sustainable and ethical finance. We have the natural assets, the people, the infrastructure and the determination to be the place that not only convenes the conversations but also transacts in the deals and seizes the opportunities that are available to us. So I very much hope that your time here in Edinburgh proves to be productive and useful, and I look forward to working with you in the months and years ahead. Thank you very much.